Hi and welcome back to Canadian Flight Sim. Today, once again, we'll continue our tour of the UK. I'm sitting here in Dundee Airport, and then the plan is to go to Glasgow, over in Scotland, and a few things to see along the way. So it's a nice early morning here in Dundee. Few clouds about, not much wind, and as you can see, we've got a different plane again here today. This is the M20R Ovation, M20R Ovation, available from Corenado, another paid plane. It's quite nice, good mix of general aviation and some GPS capabilities as well. Quite enjoy it. So, and it's nice because the Glasgow approach has an ILS for us, so we'll be able to use that in this plane nicely. So we'll just get going here, get the plane up and running. It's a cold start, everything is off. We're just going to push the propeller RPM all the way in and check that our fuel tank is set, and it is. And then for the engine start, the throttle goes to full open. And just gotta make sure parking brake is on, and it is. The mixture goes to full rich, just like that. We turn on our master battery and alternator switch. Everything's coming alive. And then we'll turn the low fuel pump on. Everything's good. And then the next step is to, turn the key. We put the throttle back to idle. Oops, and start up. There we go. Up and running. We'll try to target a RPM about 800 there. We'll turn the low boost fuel pump off. That'll make the sound go away there as well. And now we can do some of the lighting. So turn the pitot light, elevator trims, lighting wise, strobe, recognition. We'll turn them all on for now. And then we can target an RPM of about 900. 9 to 1000 is what the manual suggests. A little bit of fine tuning here. Let's do that here. Alright, and then we'll just make sure all of our avionics is on, so we'll just change view here real quick. Oops. There we are. So we'll turn our ADF here, or ADF on. Turn on our nav equipment here. That usually switches on with. I'm just gonna get rid of this guy here so you can see a little bit better. There we go. perfect. So the transponder here. There we go. We'll turn that on. We'll switch it to mimic what we have in our settings here. And then to activate that, all we need to do is put in our ILS that we're going to be going into runway 23, I believe. That ILS is 110.1. So we'll tune that in here. 110.1, and then you switch it to make it the active. Just like that, our transponder's on, and then the autopilot, I believe gets switched on. Trying to figure this out here. Took me a while to get it to go last time too. But there is a switch somewhere. Nope. That activates it. That's on there. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I realized it was just on. Actually, we just had to test it. That's how the autopilot comes on and off, right there. And then lastly, we're going to switch our nav mode to GPS at first, or for the most part, really. We're going to dial in the GPS frequencies as well into the same one. So then the GPS can also pick up what we needed to pick up. We can have both options here with the GPS or the classical equipment for the ILS. So we'll make that our active right there. And then we'll just put in a quick route in. That way we have a flight plan. And then we can put in the approach on here as well if you wanted to. So Echo Golf Papa November. There it is, Dundee. Add. There we go. And then for the next one, we'll throw in Echo Golf Papa and then Foxtrot. There it is. We'll enter that into our flight plan, and procedure wise we'll select our approach, the ILS 23 with the let's see what transition we want to use here. I'll just have a look it up real quick. We'll use the GLW one. That should be just fine. And we'll load that in. There we are. So that's into our flight plan if we use our GPS. There we are, perfect. And then just to continue on our checklist for starting to taxi, our lights and everything is on. Instruments are good to go, radios are set. We'll sync our altimeter here by pressing the B key. And then we'll just taxi out to runway. Yeah, we got runway 27 here pretty close to us, so we'll just take off that way and then that should be good to go. So let's switch back to a regular view. Have a look around. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Take off our parking brakes here. And they are indeed off. And we'll give it some power. And just look away. You just pretend that's not there. And we'll just go this way over to runway 27. Get ourselves onto the runway here and do a final takeoff checklist before we make our way up and about. So we'll get good and lined up with the runway here. Put the parking brakes back on. And then our for takeoff checklist, fuel tank's looking good, throttle is good, mixture is fully forward. No lights. Our trim is set. Flaps to takeoff position. You can see the flap line that moved over there. Autopilot, everything is set. Alright, let's go then. Ready for takeoff. So, parking brakes off. Full throttle. Let our airspeed come alive. There it is. We'll rotate at about 80. Try to maintain center line, taking the winds into consideration. Try to stay center here. There it is, 80 knots. Pull up. We've got positive climb, so gear up and flaps up as well. Let's continue to climb here. And we'll do a quick left turn over this nice lake. As we make our way on to our first waypoint, our first point of interest to see here today. That's going to be the Palace of Hawley Roadhouse. So now that we're up and stabilized, I'll just fly over there and meet you when it's time to check it out. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, we're approaching the Palace of Hawley Roadhouse. I'm just going to disengage the autopilot that I was using and then turn towards the palace there. It's about 3 miles away, and Let's try to lose some altitude here as well so we can get nice and close to this palace here. It's a nice big city here that looks right onto the shore of a bay, I'm assuming. Cut back on some of the throttle here a bit more. There's a few highlighted markers here. I'm not exactly sure which one's which. The only one showing up on my SkyPark app here is the palace, so we'll try to see that one for sure here. So here it is, the palace. To our left. See if we can get a good look of it through the side window here. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. Some sort of stadium or gardens. The Scottish Parliament House, there you go. And Dynamic Earth right there. Beautiful. And then we have the Edinburgh Castle right there. Wow. Look at that. That looks wonderful, just on a little hill there. The Edinburgh Castle. Yep, that looks great. And as we go up, you guys can kind of see that those bridges over there. So that's what our next waypoint is, actually. We've got 4th Rail Bridge, Queens Ferry Crossing, and 4th Road Bridge. So a rail bridge, road bridge, Queens Ferry Crossing over there. So we'll make our way that way. And you can see from quite a distance, so it looks pretty good. It's a huge city. I'm assuming we're looking at Edinburgh here, since, you know, we were over Edinburgh Castle there, so I guess that's safe to assume. And there it is, 4th Rail Bridge within 5 miles. Then the road bridge and the Queens Ferry crossing as well. Three bridges over this area here. Just trying to get a bit closer look here. Wow. That I'm assuming, yeah, the rail bridge is first, so the red one with the interesting shapes would be the 4th Rail Bridge, and that looks great. I'm assuming that's the Edinburgh Airport there. We see the runway. Wow. And that just looks beautiful. Just enjoy taking in the beauty. We should be coming up onto our left side here. And there it is, the rail bridge. And the 4th Road Bridge is the one in the middle. Queens Ferry Crossing on the very end there. Fantastic. Yeah, 4th Road Bridge. That looks great. You see the cars below as well that are using the bridge. Excellent. Alrighty, I'm just have a quick look at my SkyPark app here to see what's next. We've got the Kelpies coming up here. Or Kelpies, something like that. So I'll fly over there and bring you guys back in when it's time to check it out. Alright, I wanted to bring you guys in here because we are approaching the Kelpies that was on my SkyPark app. Oh, sorry the noise. Sorry for the noise there, guys, but it's not showing up here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I'm assuming... I don't know if that is it. Just be that actually right there. So it wasn't in the sim. At least not labeled in the sim, so that's unfortunate. What we're gonna do is make our way to this couple more waypoints here. We have Stirling Castle and Wallace Monument over in Stirling. I got my autopilot actually running here, so I'm just gonna quickly change the heading mode. That'll give us a nice sharp turn. And that turn will set us towards our next waypoint here at Stirling Castle. Hopefully this one is there. I've had a few incidences here where SkyPark has said there should be something there, but there wasn't. So who knows? Also, the ILS is picked up now. As you can see, this needle's moved over to the right, and we've got DME here picked up. We're 22 miles away, and the same with the GPS is also, since we dialed it into there as well, it's picked it up for us. Oh, there we go, 5 miles away from the Wallace Monument there. So I'm just going to turn off the autopilot here, come back on the throttle so we can lose some altitude. We'll go around the Wallace Monument first here, and then the Stirling Castle is right to our left after that. So we'll see a couple of those things and go on from there. And this should be the city of Stirling. Let's try to reduce our speed here a bit so we can see it at a good pace. It's coming up to our left there. A lot of trees surrounding the monument. So we'll let it swing over to our left. I'll fly around it. It's on a hill as well. Don't want to get too close, but there it is. The National Wallace Monument. There we go. Surrounded by the forest there. Let's straighten out and fly over to the Stirling Castle here. Let's even catch it from our nice winding river as well that goes around it. Quite nice. Try to climb a bit here. There it is. Stirling Castle. Looks great. Looks fantastic. Quite a lot of area there to cover, and a little church there too, as you can see. Alrighty then. So what I'm going to do now is we're actually approaching the GPS line of where we should be, I believe. So let's see how far we are from the airport, because that's pretty much it. We're actually not that far away. So I'm just going to turn around here and get ourselves... Well, let's see what the plane does if I put it onto Autopilot. And then turn on nav mode instead of the GPS. See what it kind of does. See if he'll find his way back onto the alignment there, or align with the proper. We'll have a look here, see what it does. Or you know what? I am going to turn off the autopilot. Full thrust. We gotta climb a little bit here. Let's see if we can get visual of the runway, and then what I'm gonna do is switch this over to nav mode. And we'll do the approach without the actual GPS approach. We'll just do a nav approach, because we have the ILS dialed into our nav system anyways, so. If we can find it, of course. I think I just gotta find our course here. Course is 223 for this plane. I wanted to climb a little bit too, so we can have a good look at where we're going. We might have to swing over a little bit, find our way over the little hills here. Two, 223. There we are. So the ILS is coming in. We're about 16 kilometers away. I do want to reduce our speed a bit here. Try to line up with this runway. Try to adjust the trim here as well. A lot of things here going on the fly, unfortunately. But once we have visual, we should be okay here. We're still about 15 miles away. I do want to get us ready for landing though, so we want to go below 140, which we are. So I'm gonna check the landing gear, it's good. We'll deploy it a little bit closer too. We're just gonna turn off to our right a bit more. Because that's what this needle is saying, that we're off to the right and we're a bit too low for where we should be. The low is not too much of a worry right now, just because as we get closer we can always... I think I might see it. I think that's it right there. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. So what I'm going to do here is target that and see what happens. Because I thought I saw some flashing lights over there. Or it could be that there too, some flashes. Either way, we'll wait to see if these needles, this one and this one, does any movement for us. That'll tell us what's going on. And yeah, we're kind of coming up onto our GPS here too. That's where the GPS line said we should go. So that might not be a bad idea too, is follow that. About 10 miles away, come back on the throttle a bit more and deploy the landing gear. I'll start dumping our altitude a little bit and losing some airspeed. So that was not it. But we do have our GPS here to kind of guide us now a little bit, so we just turn off. I do see something, a little bit of a strip over there. I think that might be it. Right over there. So... and you can see the kaleidoscope here is also starting to come in a bit as well. I'm going to, oops, not the landing gear, deploy one level of flaps to help us to reduce our speed a bit more. Yep, the needle's starting to come in, so I think that's definitely it. So what I'm going to do is put on approach. Come on. And turn on the autopilot and see what it does. Here, see if it's if it captures. Because it should be able to capture it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it has. Yep. So the approach is activated, it's captured. We can kind of focus on getting the plane into the proper configuration here. I do want to switch our tanks quickly. Turn the boost pump on. Switch to the right tank because it's got way more fuel than the left tank. So that'll be ideal for us to use the tank with the most fuel. Propeller's good. Our speed will trim here off shortly. Reduce the speed a bit more here. So we go under 100 and go to full flap configuration. And then just watch our speed really. We need about 75 knots for approach. And yeah, as you can see, we've lined up perfectly and our kaleidoscope is good, so we're on the right track down. So the autopilot itself has captured everything we need. You can see the tower there and the probably the airport's over there onto that side, so We will do that. We will most likely turn off to our left when we do land here. It's a good thing to know. So we do have some wind here. You see right down here on our GPS says we've got about a crosswind of 5 knots. Not super significant, but it's there. Might cause us some problems. Come down on the throttle a bit more here because we are still too fast. See what we can do here. But it looks good as we approach into Glasgow here, guys. Scotland's looking great. A lot of buildings. If you take a quick look outside as we approach the runway. Sorry for the sound here, but the engine's loud when you go outside. But yeah, look, there's a soccer pitch right over there. But yeah, the city looks good. Nice river, buildings, high rises. And our speed is pretty much where we want it to be here. So we'll let the autopilot kind of guide us down and in for the most part here. And then as we get real close, I'll take over for a manual. We are a bit high, a bit low here. Let's have to see what the plane is going to do. Let's give it some throttle. So we don't stall. See, there's a plane there waiting to take off as well for us. A little bit of lag there, sorry guys. That plane is actually starting to move. So hopefully he sees us coming. Let's cut our throttle down. So we can land. A little bit off center here. We'll get closer to the runway and put in some. I've deactivated the autopilot. And oh, a little bit of bulk there, so let's try again, and there we go. Almost clean. We'll brake a little bit here, try to get our speed under control. And then turn off onto this taxiway because I don't want that jet taking off behind us. So we'll turn off this way. Get off the taxiway. And stop the plane here. Put on our parking brake and have a quick look outside. See if we can catch that guy taking off proper. Hopefully. Be a good sight to see. If he does it anytime soon. Well, in the meantime, I'm just going to retract the flaps. Reset our trim. Oh, here it comes. Look at that thing go. And there it goes. Look at the sounds too, eh? Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Back to our stuff here. So we're done all of that. Leave the lights on. Turn the landing lights off for now. We'll just make our way over to a parking area. Looks like we're not too far away from one actually, so parking brakes off, give it a bit of throttle here. Let's get ourselves moving. Not too fast though. Slowed down a bit, picked up quite a bit of speed. Turn off this way and find some general aviation parking. We have some gates here for commercial aircraft, but that's not what we want. This looks like a GA parking place, so we'll head that way. Come back on the throttle a little bit because we are going pretty fast. For taxiing, at least. Actually, we can probably park right here on this line next to this plane right here. Let's do that. Right there. Have a quick look outside. Oh yeah, we have this Azul cargo plane here. Try not to go to the front of the plane because that's where most of the sound comes from. Well, anyways, we'll go in real quick and do our shutdown procedure here at Glasgow. Welcome to Glasgow. Shutdown procedure. Let me find it here. There we go. Parking brake is on. Throttle to idle. We can turn our radio switch off. All of our lights can come off. Lights are off. Pitot heat is off. The magneto. Oops, nope. Gotta make it go the other way. Turn the key and it all turns off, so. Anyways. That's everything I have for you guys for now. We've landed in Glasgow as part of our SkyPark tour. We'll continue this as long as there's a lot of things to see. And when there isn't, I like to do them offline. So we'll see. I'll see you guys. Yeah. I'll just wait until there's something good to see again, and then we'll do another episode of the UK tour. So feel free to leave some comments, suggestions. Once this tour is over, don't worry, we will do other things, and I will post Twitch streams when I do them on here as well. So other content is also coming. So yeah. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.